In the summer of 1814, the U.S. Army is once more on the attack. Their prior attempts to overrun the British territory of Canada have met with ruinous disaster. Now, after 25 years of war, the British are finally victorious over the French in Europe and are preparing their forces to end this second war of independence. This is the last chance for the United States to inflict a serious blow before the full might of Britain falls on the Republic. The U.S. Army crosses the frontier and begins marching up the Niagara Peninsula. A British garrison at Fort Erie is captured, while a counterattack at Chippewa is thrown back. But the Americans are stopped cold at Fort George. A lack of heavy artillery and a failure to obtain naval supremacy means their army can do little but sit in front of its walls. The element of surprise is squandered. American numerical superiority is gone. Undaunted, the Americans move south to regroup and attack other targets. The British pursue. As soon as American commander Jacob Brown learns of this, he doubles back to engage the enemy. The two armies collide at Lundy's Lane. Late in the afternoon of the 25th of July, General Winfield Scott shakes out his brigade into line and launches an attack. British troops hold the high ground, with several other detachments close to the north and the west. They have superiority in both artillery and manpower. But for the first time in the war, it is the Americans who hold the superiority in quality. Surprised Canadian militias scramble into formation on the heights, as the Americans close to firing range. But under a torrential barrage of cannon fire, casualties are steadily mounting. On the right, a regiment of U.S. troops emerge from the woods and hits the exposed flank of the British. Their line is broken. Hundreds are taken prisoner. Only the timely arrival of reinforcements blunts the tide. Reserves are now piling in from both sides. But the American advance has left the British position on the hill dangerously exposed. The 21st U.S. Regiment charges onto the heights, driving back the British and taking their guns. As night falls, the battle only intensifies. British infantry continue to arrive. Commander Drummond, eager to reclaim the heights, launches attack after attack. American forces cling on desperately, as fighting becomes confused in the dark. Commanding control in both armies collapses. Both Winfield Scott and Jacob Brown are seriously wounded. British General Riall has been captured. Drummond is hit in the neck. The battle grinds on. There is friendly fire, close quarters combat, charges and countercharges. By the early morning, both sides are utterly spent. Exhausted, and knowing they are still outnumbered, the Americans withdraw. The British cannot pursue. It is the bloodiest battle of the war. Around 800 casualties on both sides. The Americans and the British both claim victory. Strategically, however, the Americans are defeated. There is no way their shattered force can launch a new offensive. Brown pulls back to the frontier. The last attempt to conquer Canada has failed. The British, on the other hand, are gearing up to strike a fatal blow against the young Republic, and to avenge the destruction of Canadian lands. They will target the heart of America. Washington will burn.